Soapy's winter home. Soapy lives on the streets of New York. He likes the sun and the trees. He doesn't like buildings or houses or jobs. For 9 months of the year, Soapy is a happy man. Then the first week of December comes. At night, Soapy puts on his old coat and hat, and he puts 3 newspapers under him. But he is cold and he can't sleep. He gets up and he walks up and down the streets. He can't live on the streets all winter. But Soapy has a plan. He has the same plan every December. He is going to do a bad thing. Not a very bad thing, but a policeman is going to put him in jail for 3 months for this thing. Then Soapy is going to have food and a bed for the winter. In March, he is going to finish his time in jail. He is going to be on the streets of New York again for 9 beautiful months. Soapy thinks about his plan. He is going to visit a very smart restaurant. First, he is going to eat some expensive food, and then he is going to sit in the bar with an expensive drink. After his food and drink, Soapy is going to say, "I'm sorry, but I don't have any money." Then the men at the restaurant are going to make a telephone call. A policeman is going to come and put Soapy in jail for 3 months. No cold streets for the winter. Soapy smiles and walks into Sanborn's restaurant. But the man at the door looks at Soapy's old shoes and says, "You can't come in here. The people in here have money. They have good coats and shoes. Go home. You can't eat here." Soapy sits down and thinks about his plan again. This time he walks down 6th Street. He finds an expensive store with a big window. He hits the window with a heavy bottle. Many people and 1 policeman hear the noise and run to the store. Soapy stands near the window and smiles. "Who did this?" the policeman asks. "Where's the man?" "Maybe I'm that man," Soapy says with a friendly smile. "You aren't the man. Look! Down there. A man is running away," the policeman says. He runs after the man. No jail for Soapy this afternoon. That evening, Soapy walks to a street with many theaters. He sees a lot of beautiful men and women in expensive coats and dresses. They are talking and smiling. They are going to have a good time in the theaters and restaurants. Near one theater, Soapy sees a tall policeman, too. Suddenly, Soapy runs in front of the people and starts to dance. Then he makes a lot of noise. He is very friendly. He talks to the important people. Hello. How are you, my friends? What are you going to see this evening? Can I come to the theater with you? The policeman sees Soapy. He looks at him and says to the people, he's a student from the theater school. They always make a lot of noise, but they aren't a problem. It's a game for them. Soapy is angry and very unhappy. How can he get into jail for the winter? He walks down the street and sees a man in a big office. The man's pen is on a table near a window. Soapy puts his hand in the window and takes the pen. He walks slowly down the street. The man runs into the street and says, "Stop. You have my pen." "Your pen?" Soapy asks. "Then call a policeman." But the man from the office doesn't call a policeman. He has problems with the police, too. He doesn't want to talk to a policeman. "Maybe it is your pen," the man says to Soapy. Goodbye. Soapy is going to sleep on the street again today. He sits down and makes a new plan. Maybe he can get a job. Maybe he can have some money and an apartment and good shoes and a lot of food. Maybe he is too old for the street. Tomorrow he is going to find a job. This winter he isn't going to be cold, and he isn't going to be in jail. He is going to be an important man. He's happy with this new plan. Then Soapy hears a person near him. "Excuse me," a policeman says. "What are you doing here? What's your problem?" "No problem, my good man," Soapy says. "What's your address?" "Where do you work?" the policeman asks. "No address, no job, but I'm going to look for a job tomorrow," Soapy says. "No address? Come with me." 3 months in jail for you, the policeman says.